When I first saw my wife getting ready that evening, I couldn't help but notice how much effort she had put into her look. Her hair was perfectly styled, her makeup was flawless, and the dress she wore hugged her in all the right places. It wasn't unusual for her to look nice, but this time, she looked like she was preparing for a date rather than a casual night out with friends. I tried to shake off the uneasiness creeping in, but curiosity got the better of me. I leaned against the doorframe and asked, "Why are you so dressed up for girls' night? You look like you're going to some fancy event." She smiled at me, but it wasn't her usual warm smile. It had a sharp edge to it. She laughed and replied, "Maybe I'll find someone better." She said it like a joke, but something about the way she avoided eye contact made my chest tighten. Her words replayed in my head even after she left. Maybe I'll find someone better. Was it really a joke? Or was she hinting at something deeper? For months, I had noticed little changes in her behavior: secretive texting, staying late at work, and being more protective of her phone. But I never wanted to believe she could be unfaithful. The night dragged on and my mind kept racing. I decided to check her location through the app. We both had on our phones for safety reasons. She wasn't at the restaurant where she claimed to be with her friends. Instead, her pin showed she was across town at a hotel. My stomach dropped, and I felt a wave of anger and betrayal wash over me. I drove there without thinking twice, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. When I arrived, I saw her car parked in the lot, and it confirmed my worst fears. I sat in my own car for a while, debating what to do. Part of me wanted to storm in and confront her, but another part told me to wait and collect proof. I stayed hidden, watching from a distance. About an hour later, I saw her walk out of the lobby with a man. They laughed together, and he placed his hand on her lower back as they headed toward her car. My heart shattered in that moment. The woman I had loved and trusted for years was smiling in another man's arms. I snapped a few pictures with my phone, even though my hands were trembling. The proof was right there in front of me, undeniable and cruel. I didn't confront her right then. Instead, I drove home, furious and numb, trying to figure out how to deal with the betrayal. When she returned home hours later, she tried to act casual, claiming she had a great night with the girls. I didn't let on that I knew the truth. I only asked if she had fun, and she said yes, smiling like nothing had happened. Inside, I was breaking apart. The next morning, I printed out the pictures I had taken. When she came down for breakfast, I slid them across the table to her. The color drained from her face immediately, and she didn't even try to deny it. Tears welled in her eyes, but all I felt was a cold emptiness. She started begging, saying it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything, and that she still loved me. But how could I believe her now? Every word sounded hollow. I remembered her joke from the night before. It hadn't been a joke at all. It was the truth slipping out. I told her I couldn't stay in a marriage built on lies and betrayal. She cried, begged, and tried to hold on to me, but my decision was final. The trust was gone, and with it, the love I once felt. I packed a bag and left that very day. Walking out of the house we had built together was painful, but staying with someone who had so easily thrown me aside was worse. I deserved better, and for the first time in months I realized that her joke had revealed more than she ever intended. It wasn't just a careless comment, it was the truth hiding in plain sight. And now I was free from the lies, even if it meant walking away from everything I thought we had. When she fell to her knees, begging me to forgive her, I looked at the woman I once trusted with my whole heart and realized she wasn't the same person anymore. Without another word, I picked up my bag, walked out the door, and left her behind with nothing but the weight of her betrayal.